The four main pillars would be excellence in academics, athletics, service, and leadership. You could say that we're a special group of people just because we strive for excellence in certain categories, but that's pretty much the case with everyone at this school. There's a lot of bright minds here, a lot of great people in athletics, service, and some great leaders here who aren't necessarily in the program. But then the toughest part for me has been this aspect of leadership. They're really looking for potential in this category. That do you have the makings of someone that can inspire others to do something because they want to do it? I think that's the value of a really good leader. In my sophomore year, I became a consistent starter, became one of our top scorers, but I still didn't really think that I had this leadership role. It didn't really hit me that I could become a leader without really knowing that I was one until we were playing this road game, lost by 2 points. It was a brutal game. So we go in the locker room and everyone's kind of down. I put my head in my jersey. I'm pretty bummed. I'm not really saying anything to anyone. My friend walks up to me. He goes, "Hey, you played amazing out there tonight. But if you hang your head right now, then everyone's going to look at you because you're one of our best players, and they're going to start hanging their heads, and then we're all going to get down." And we got a big game, and that's when it kind of hit me that on the court and off the court, win or lose, I have to be a role model for all of my teammates just because of the leadership position I'm in. My freshman year basketball season, we would do walkthrough in the tennis courts where we'd go in before the games and we'd go over plays, and our coach would kind of give us like a motivational pep talk, and then we'd go into the locker room all hyped and jazzed up, and we did walkthrough in tennis court 2, and we come back into the gym, and my friend and I cut through tennis court 1 because it was super cold outside. And we go in there and we don't realize that Laura, who's now a freshman at MIT, she's a really good tennis player, and she was a Palma scholar in the program, so I knew her for the past 3 years. She was in there with a private coach and her parents. I'm watching Lara, and she doesn't even stop her focus or her concentration. She's just hitting ball after ball on this drill on a February evening, tennis season, maybe like 2 months away. For her, there were no distractions, and I would just kind of keep that in the back of my head, like the focus and seeing someone else in the program like that made me realize that if you're really serious about a sport, you are willing to put in extreme focus into doing what you love. There was a project last year. It was our final project in the crime and punishment class. We were split up into groups, and each group would analyze a highly profiled case in the media. So my group analyzed the Adnan Syed murder trial, which was popularized by the Serial podcast. And when the podcast came out, it got a ton of attention because all these questions about process of kind of how this person, Adnan Syed, was very shortly sentenced to life imprisonment. It was talking about topics like that, talking about these criminal justice issues that made me think about that there's so much education, there's so much learning to be done outside of the textbook in a certain academic environment, and that's one thing that the Palma seminar is great for. It makes you think about topics that you're not necessarily going to get by doing a problem set or writing an English paper, and those things are great for academic achievement, and those can be super engaging and rewarding, but the Palma seminar is this like creative current events component where you're just really tuned into what's going on, and the Palma seminar is great for opening my eyes and just keeping my perspective in check.